Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am Jeff GrantMEDIA. In today's video, we're doing my 3-month update on my 23-ounce Brave Star Selvage Gauntlet jacket. A day or two ago, I got the email. It is time to submit my 3-month update of my fades of my jacket for the Redline Rally. So I said, okay, it's that time of the month. Let's take the pictures. Let's film the video. Let's get set and keep on rolling for 9 more months. So here we are. So I've now been wearing 3 months now. I've gotten 3 missed days. I have 3 missed days out of the past. I think this is the 88th day, maybe. Let's consult the log. I didn't log it today. So yes, we are now 88 days in. We got to mark today. I did not mark today off yet because it was a busy day. It was Hazel Fantastic's first day of school, but we are now 88 days in on my jacket. And out of those 88 days, I have worn it for 85 of those days. I missed the 4th of July because it was hot and humid and we were at the lake swimming. 1 day camping because it rained the entire week we were camping, and 1 day it rained all day, so I wore a rain gear the entire day. And 1 day was a recent Sunday. It was just hot and we were just hanging out around the house, splashed around in Hazel's little pool. So I don't even know if I put on pants that day. I think I just had like a bathing suit on for the entire day. We just didn't even leave the house, so there was no need to wear a jacket. So yeah, 85 out of the past 88 days. I've worn it through hot, humid days, on the scooter, out and about, walking the dog in the morning, everything, basically everything I did. I did not wear it to do the yard work project at my friend's house. I wore it to his house, but it was it was muddy. I thought I was going to get a lot more filthy than I did, so I swapped out for a sweatshirt. And honestly, we didn't get nearly as dirty as I thought we would get. And once the sun came out, it got kind of warm, so I probably would have taken it off anyway. I think I threw my sweatshirt back on a couple of times when the sun went away. It did get kind of chilly, but yeah, I anticipated us getting like covered in mud because it rained the day before. And even though I want to wear it in, I didn't want to get it completely covered in mud because I do work in an office building and I didn't want to have to, I didn't want to wash it yet. Basically, I'm lazy. I didn't want to wash it yet, so I didn't want to have to go home and wash my jacket and try to dry it before work the next day. So let's see what kind of wear and fades we've gotten out of it in the past 3 months of damn near daily wear. Now, the very first and most obvious signs of wear are the honeycombs that are forming inside each of my elbows. Now, the creasing did set in very, very early with some light fades, but as I am hitting the 3-month point, these are fading very, very nicely, and you can tell that this jacket is fading from a distance. You do not have to be close to see the fades and the honeycombs of this jacket. If we continue down the arms to the cuffs, you can see the inner seam on each arm does have some nice fading going on here. And as we reach the bottom of the right cuff, we are seeing a little bit of weird creasing going on here that we're starting to get some fades popping through. Now, this crease did kind of come through after the first cold soak about 2 months in, so this one's new, but it is starting to fade nicely. And then as we go down to the cuff area, the inner side of each cuff is getting some nice wear, and that is mostly from me working at my desk, from my jacket dragging across my desk and mouse pad, either typing on my keyboard or operating my mouse. Working our way back up, the right hand pocket last month was showing a little bit of darkening because I am right-handed and do use this pocket to throw my keys in, but now we are starting to see some fading going on in this pocket. As we move further up the jacket, the armpit area is getting some nice fading. That is both from my arms moving around and articulating, and from me wearing a backpack, both walking to and from the office in my car, but mostly from me wearing a backpack on my Honda Ruckus. If we look to the outside of each of the chest pockets, we are also seeing a little bit of fading going on there, as well as above the pockets. This again would be from the straps of my backpack as I'm driving and bouncing around going to and from work. Now, one thing that I'm very pleased that I'm finally starting to see is this little fade in my right chest pocket. This is from my earbuds. They have been in this pocket since I have been wearing this jacket, and last month it was only really visible to the naked eye, but now we can see the fading from the case of my earbuds popping through the pocket, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really digging this fade. If we look at the edges near the buttons, the two middle buttons are seeing a little bit more fade and wear, because when I wear the jacket, these are the two buttons that I do use to close the jacket, so we are seeing a little bit more fading going on here, as well as both of the eyelets being a little bit more soft and broken in. Along the back of the collar, we are seeing a little bit more fading happening this month than last month. Last month, we could see a little bit of this fade starting, but I think it was being overtaken by the actual darkening of the material because it's been so warm, riding the scooter and sweating in the hot heat and humidity. I think the grime from my body actually darkened that fade in, where now it cooled off quite a bit, so the fade is starting to pop through a little bit better. Going across the back of the jacket, just above the Brave Star logo, we are seeing a little bit of fading going on there, as well as the main seam that goes across the back of the yoke. This is due to it being a high point on the jacket. If we come down each sleeve, on the back side of the armpit, we are seeing a little bit more wear, again from both my backpack and me articulating my arms. And as we come down each seam, around my lumbar area, we are finally starting to see some fading going on here along the seams because this is a high point. I'm gonna say this is a combination of me sitting in a chair, driving my car, and my backpack rubbing on this area of my back. And then finally, we take a look at the elbows, both of which are starting to fade very, very nicely. We are seeing more of a fade going on in each of them than a sheen. I believe last month we had more of a sheen on the right elbow and more fading on the left. But on month 3, that sheen seems to have worn away and they are both fading nicely and it appears to be matching each other pretty equally. I would like to add that the backpack that I have been using the past 3 weeks is a newer GoRuck GR1 that has a 210D back panel and underside the straps. What that means is it's not very abrasive. It's actually material that GoRuck implemented for their Rucker series, so you could actually work out in the backpack shirtless and you're not going to get any hot spots or abrasions on your skin. So it's very soft on the skin. So that material is what I've been wearing over this jacket. So it wasn't very coarse material. It wasn't like a 1000D or any kind of air mesh, which would be a little bit rougher on the material. So I'm not seeing a whole lot additional wear marks over the shoulders, the pockets, and the armpit areas because the backpack that I have been wearing was a lot more tame, if you will, on the materials that I'm wearing as addition to skin. So if I were using a different backpack, I might be seeing a little bit more wear going on in this jacket from wearing a backpack. Also, I might have just put the Honda Ruckus away for the season, or basically for the season. It is now school's time again and I am the daddy bus, so I will not be commuting on the Honda Ruckus, at least not daily anymore, maybe once or twice before the full end of the season comes, but I'm not going to get as much backpack wear now, double strap on the scooter bouncing up and down moving forward. But we're going to see a whole lot of different wear, and thus far after 3 months I'm happy with the wear that I'm getting. I'm really happy that this is finally starting to show through. I was a little bummed last month. I kept trying to move my phone around, use the camera, use every camera to try to capture the fades that I was getting. You could see with the naked eye, you couldn't get it with the camera. It's probably still not coming out as good as it is in person, but it's finally visible, and that's just from wearing it, from rubbing me, putting it on the coat rack and rubbing against something when I'm in the warehouse at work and I'm rummaging through boxes or putting product together and I'm moving around and I'm rubbing against things, it sticks out, so it's rubbing, and I'm happy that I'm finally getting a piece of wear there. So we're only going to get better with age. We are only 3 months in. We still have 9 months more to go for the Redline Rally. So there we go, year 3. With the Brave Star Selvage 23-ounce Ironside Gauntlet jacket. Heavyweight denim is a beast to wear in the summer when it's 90 plus degrees and 1.5 million humidity. But I think we've made it through the heat and humidity. It's hot again today. It was cold last week, through the weekend and stuff. It was a lot chillier. It's in the mid 80s out there right now, but it is not nearly as humid. So we made it through, I think, hopefully, the worst of it for the season. I mean, it's the end of August. September and October, they're still ahead of us. We probably won't have the humidity, but we could still get some pretty hot days in the next 2 months. So we have that to look forward to. Maybe we'll sweat in this jacket a little bit more, and hopefully we can swing a hammer here or there as long as it's not 1,500% humidity out. So there we go. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video, like the 4-month update of the 23-ounce Brave Star Selvage Gauntlet jacket. Good night.